I'm trying to pack all of that into that blue backpack. Is it gonna work? I don't know. I'll find out very soon. Okay, I am officially packed up and ready to go. The backpack's huge. Look at that. The sleeping bag. My back is gonna break. But I'm ready. Okay, bye. As I arrive into Manado, I wonder if the goal of Usli Food Project is to find wild plants that locals use. How long and how far will I have to go before I find what I'm looking for? Welcome to Manado! In Sulawesi's second largest city, I already know well enough that I'm not going to find wild plants in an urban setting. So instead, I'm going to focus on the cuisine. Manado in North Sulawesi is home to the Minahasan ethnic group, a predominantly Christian population which has strong historical ties to the Portuguese and Spanish. Its dishes are famous for being incredibly spicy and cooking with unique meats, so there's a lot of new food for me to try. I'm taking a trip to Podington, an island that is part of a national marine park to the northwest. While I sneak in a little snorkeling, I also spend time chatting with island locals, like Awry, a fisherman I meet while taking a walk, and Tante Sylvie, the owner of the inn I'm staying in. It turns out there's not much foraging on these islands, with the exception of fruits like bananas and mangoes. No one really has time for it. They tell me other responsibilities like taking care of kids and working for the tourism industry leaves little desire and no time to look for plants. The majority of their produce comes from Manado, which is only a 45-minute boat ride away. Convenience wins, and I have a feeling I'll hear this answer often. After Manado and Podington, I'm heading to Tomohon, where I feel a noticeable change in the weather. It's cooler, with more plants, nature, and agriculture. Fingers crossed that I'll start seeing new produce and, of course, keep eating.
stopped into Tomohon Market, Pasar Tomohon, and it's really famous because it's known for being the extreme market where they sell and butcher all sorts of meats like bats, rats, dogs, snakes, all of that. And while that's super interesting, and I did see it, I was really focused more on the vegetables that I saw. And then I started to see some plants here that I haven't seen before. I've had a dish recently called babi lelem. And lelem is a type of leaf that they use to cook in this dish. You can also cook it in fish, they said. But I'd never heard of it. And when I tasted it yesterday, super fragrant. Just super fragrant. Nothing I had ever really tasted before. It kind of reminded me maybe of the taste of tea leaves. And when cooked, it kind of tastes like camphor. It has like this, how do you describe it? It opens up in your throat a little bit. So I found it today at the market. I bought a huge bunch. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Maybe try to dry it and bring it back with me. But really, it's best used when fresh. Apparently in Manado and Minahasa people, they use a lot of spices and things in their cooking, but they usually use it fresh, like fresh leaves, tons of fresh leaves. So this is lelem. I really want to try to find the tree. Raw, not really much of a flavor. Just tastes like a vegetable. But I think the secret is to cook it. When you cook it, it really releases a lot more of the flavor. And then I heard about this other leaf called daun pangi. And when I did my research on it, daun pangi is from the same tree that produces kluwak. I've used kluwak a lot in cooking. There's a lot of traffic. So kluwak is a nut of a tree that's kind of like a mangrove, and people love music here too. But pangi is the tree that grows kluwak, a nut that's poisonous, raw, so they ferment it to get the poison out. But I have heard you can also use the leaves, and today I found them. It's really big. Look at that. It's so beautiful. But same thing, they cook it fresh, cook it down into dishes like with babi and ayam. A little more bitter than the lem. But the secret just must be in the cooking. I think I'm still too close to kind of the city, still too close to, I mean, Tomohon is actually, I think, considered the third largest city in Sulawesi, so yeah, right now I'm surrounded by all these plants, but I don't really know what stuff is. I asked the people I live with, like, oh, are there people here who know things about wild plants and stuff? And they're like, no, not really here. So I think I just have to keep going further into Sulawesi. I have to really get into those villages where people just, yeah, get these wild plants every day. I'm still in an area that's quite populated, so I think that's why I can't really find anything in particular, but no, I'm still on the hunt for those more wild things. So yeah, this is fun though.
After Tomohon, I travel my longest stretch of land yet. It takes 8 hours by Mikrolet, a local bus, and motorbike, but I finally find the village of Motoling, the kitchen of East Indonesia. A local farmer takes me on a drive to check out the farmland, and he tells me the main vegetables grown here are cabbage, green onions, corn, and tomatoes. And in fact, they are particularly famous for their potatoes.
Welcome to Motoling. This is a really small village town nestled in kind of between mountains. So very cool here and super fertile soil. You can see all the farm around me. I took a little tour of the surrounding area and is just farmlands. Farm. And people are super friendly here. It's been just one day so far, but everyone's been very kind. It's small here, and the life is just all about farming. Everything is about farming. Everyone here is a farmer or has something to do with agriculture, and it's been really interesting to see. But I think what I'm trying to find, like wild plants, I ask people, and I'm like, are there people here that pick wild plants? They're like, no. Oh, okay. And I asked multiple people. They're like, no, not really. Everyone's just really focused on agriculture here. It's like, okay. Yes, because to have agriculture, they had to kind of cut down a lot of the wild natural habitat here. And that happened years and years ago. So yeah, most people here are just very much into farming, and that's all they're thinking about. So as much as I can really understand that and learn about that here, I still have to go further west, further in the jungle to find what I'm looking for. So yeah.
But the best part of my time here is the kitchen of Tante Nancy, a woman who lives across the street from where I'm staying. She's cooking for a church gathering, so, lucky for me, that means a lot of tasting and learning. I spend the day with her, helping and asking as many questions as I can about Minahasan recipes and cooking techniques. It's been almost 2 weeks without any luck finding locals who use wild plants, but I have a feeling this is about to change because I'm heading to the jungle of Taman Nasional Bogani. With a pit stop in Kotomobagu, where the park office is located, the staff direct me to Toraut, a village bordering the park and another 2 hours away.
I've just arrived to the Taman Nasional Bogani in North Sulawesi. Kind of didn't make any plans about what I was gonna do really when I got here. So I'm at this resort on site at the edge of the forest. That's part of the government, and I'm the only one here. I have this place to myself, except maybe a stray dog that I saw over there. But yeah, I also have no food. I didn't know I was supposed to bring my own food. So I gotta go figure that out. Maybe I'll just go foraging for something to eat.
In the morning, I meet my guides, Henry and Saleh. Saleh is a village local whose knowledge about the plants in this area has been passed down through generations of his family. From the very start, he uproots plants to explain their uses for both food and medicine. I eat the fruit he picks up off the ground. I smell the stems of plants that can be used as mosquito repellent. I save the seeds that, when cracked, have edible nuts inside. Finally, after 2 weeks and 300 kilometers, I find what I'm looking for. Saleh invites me to stay at his home, and we chat more about my experience, especially as I express concern about losing these plants and the knowledge about them, considering how far I had to travel before finding someone like him. Saleh is a rare Indonesian to meet, one who understands the urgency of preserving the environment and information on what nature can provide us. He confesses that he doesn't have formal education, but I make it very clear what he knows we cannot learn in school and need him to continue sharing his knowledge. And as I discover he's also passing it down to his children, I think, perfect. Now I know exactly where to go when I come back to learn more.